TomoNews presents Bizarre Sea Creatures. Ancient worm monster found in the Philippines. Scientists have known about the giant shipworm for centuries, but none have seen a living, breathing specimen until now. Giant shipworms aren't actually worms, but bivalves, like clams and mussels. They live in 3-foot-long tubular shells, planted in muddy, shallow bays. This unicorn of the mollusk world was recently discovered hanging out in the southern part of the Philippines. A local TV segment about the creatures tipped off a team from Northeastern University. They went to a lagoon in Mindanao's Sultan Kundara province and managed to collect 5 live worms. Back in the lab, researchers cut off one end of the shell and took out the slimy, black, baseball-sized mass of flesh. Unlike the common shipworm, which feeds on rotting wood, its giant cousin has bacteria in its gills that churn out nutrients from carbon dioxide. It still has digestive organs despite its unique mode of survival, but they're tiny from lack of use. It's not clear how many of the weird-looking creatures are left in the wild, so the team is keeping the exact location of the shipworm home a secret. Locals, though, have been harvesting the giant worms for years, eating it as an aphrodisiac, medicine, and just a tasty side dish.
Terrifying living fossil captured in Australia. A fishing trawler off southern Australia captured a rarely sighted creature, puzzling the fishermen who caught it. The gruesome-looking creature was pulled out of the water near Lake's Entrance, Victoria. The 2-meter-long sea serpent is actually a frilled shark, confirmed by Australia's Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organisation, CSIRO. The frilled shark is one of 2 surviving species which haven't changed in 80 million years. The prehistoric creature's mouth contains 300 teeth in 25 rows, good for keeping its prey from escaping its jaws. Its common name comes from the frilly appearance of its 6 pairs of gill slits. It has an eel-shaped body with dorsal, pelvic, and anal fins placed far back. This one was netted in 700 meters of water, but the living fossil is usually found in 1,500 meters of water or deeper. According to ABC, CSIRO declined the specimen, so the frilled shark has now been sold for cash.
Mysterious 2-headed sharks surfacing all over the world. Apparently, 2 heads are all the rage these days in the shark community. Cases of fetuses with dicephaly, the condition of having 2 heads, have been reported off the California coast and near Australia. More recently, scientists from Spain discovered the embryo of a 2-headed Atlantic sawtail catshark, a threatened species found in the western Mediterranean. The research team's findings were published in the Journal of Fish Biology. In 2013, fishermen working off the Florida Keys caught a pregnant bull shark, and when they cut her open, they were stunned to find 2 unborn offspring, one of whom was a mutant. It was the first 2-headed bull shark on record. Most cases of the 2-headed sharks are conceived by blue sharks, as they can have up to 50 babies at one time. Scientists aren't exactly sure what's causing the bizarre birth defects, but theorize overfishing in some regions could be shrinking the gene pools, leading to such physical abnormalities. As you may expect, human pollution of the oceans may also play a role in these mutations. Shark researchers say most of these misfit creatures don't survive long after birth, and that's if they defy the odds and even make it out of the womb. But who knows? In the deep, dark depths of the ocean, there just may be a 2-headed monster who hasn't bothered to show himself yet. The next step in evolution, maybe? The Jaws film franchise is probably due for a reboot any day now.
Pictures of deep-sea fishermen's strange harvest go viral. Just when you needed reminding of the absolute bizarre things that evolution has filled our world with, along comes Russian fisherman Roman Fedorstov and his Twitter account. But let's back up. Fedorstov is a deep-sea harvester based out of Murmansk in Russia's frigid far northwest. He's been cataloging the strange finds his trawler pulls up from the deep ocean, including species that live up to 5,000 feet down. A lot of this stuff isn't intentionally harvested, but turns up in the trawling nets anyhow. This is known as bycatch. But it sure is fascinating, and Fedorstov's sharing it with the internet. His Twitter account, where you can find these and other incredible images, now has a healthy 83,000 followers.
Rare basking shark caught off Australian coast. A rare 21-foot-long basking shark was caught near Portland, in the southwest of the Australian state of Victoria, on Sunday. Fishermen found the dead sea giant in their nets and alerted the Melbourne Museum. The shark was so huge, scientists needed a crane to lift it out of the boat. As very little is known about these sharks, the museum was thrilled to add the rare specimen to its collection and get an insight into the shark's hidden lives. Researchers took tissue and vertebrae samples from the animal and looked at its stomach's contents to learn more about its diet and genetics. The basking shark is the second biggest fish after the whale shark, and adults can grow up to 40 feet. They aren't, however, very shark-looking, in that they have thin, weak jaws and tiny teeth. They're also slow and eat tiny plankton and jellyfish. Their name comes from their tendency to spend time near the surface of the water, basking in the sun. It's been about 80 years since one was last caught, which is kind of cool. They don't have many natural predators, but have recently become appealing prey for the medicinal benefits their large fins are believed to have in some East Asian cultures.
Japanese fisherman lands monster fish. Japanese fisherman Hiroki Hirasaka captured a gigantic fish in the waters off northern Japan near eastern Russia. Hirasaka set off last month on a fishing tour around Shiratoko Peninsula of Japan's northern island of Hokkaido, where wolffish live near the seafloor, 50 to 100 meters below water surface. The species normally grows up to 1.2 meters in length, but the beast Hirasaka reeled in was nearly 2 meters long. The photo of the massive fish went viral globally after Hirasaka posted it to Twitter. It was worth flying to Shiratoko twice in 3 months, and this guy is absolutely awesome, said Hirasaka. Some people threw out the idea that the size of the freakishly large catch might be the result of radiation from the 2011 Fukushima nuclear disaster. So what's happened after that picture? Hirasaka said he grilled the fish and ate it.
Faceless fish found in the abyss. Australian scientists have discovered a faceless deep-sea fish off Australia's east coast during a month-long expedition. The Sampling the Abyss expedition begins from Bell Bay, Tasmania, and ends in Brisbane. The investigator research vessel is equipped with multi-beam sonar that can map the structure of the seafloor. The expedition surveys the abyssal level, up to 6,000 meters deep in the ocean. Sleds, dredgers, and grabbers are deployed in order to collect samples of animals and sediment. Scientists said animals in the abyss are often small and move slowly, and many of them don't have eyes, or produce their own light through bioluminescence.
Shrimper catches rare and hideous goblin shark off Florida coast. It's the stuff of nightmares. While trying to catch shrimp in the Gulf of Mexico, Captain Carl Moore and his crew accidentally caught a creature with a face only a mother could love. A so-called goblin shark. Aptly named for its incredibly grotesque features, the shark's razor-sharp teeth are attached to jaws that jut out ever so slightly, reminding us a bit of a certain well-known alien creature. The 18-foot-long rare specimen, which was found some 10 miles off the coast of Florida's Key West in mid-April, was the first goblin shark spotted in 10 years. While researchers say they don't know all that much about the prehistoric-looking creature, they believe the one Captain Moore found was female. Let's just hope she didn't have time to dole out any free hugs that US authorities might not have been aware of.
Creepy-looking fish captured in South China Sea. What do you think this is? Yeah, I have no clue either. All I know is that I want nothing to do with it. But this Malaysian lady seems like a fan of it. She not only holds it with a smile, she even calls the creature a gift from above. Because this funky-looking fish is a rare capture in South China Sea by her husband, Sapar Mansur. It's a foot long and covered in sharp spines. Some call it the armor fish, based on its appearance.
Monster giant squid caught in waters of Japan. Japanese fishermen caught a giant squid in Hyogoken on Tuesday. The giant squid measures 30 feet long and weighed in at nearly 440 pounds. You would think capturing giant sea creatures would be a happy event for fishermen, but this super gigantic squid apparently is not a good news for Japanese fishermen and fear it could be some kind of bad omen. One of the Japanese fishermen said he was in the sea collecting shells when he discovered the giant squid. As soon as the gigantic creature was holding to shore, it was surrounded by a group of kids who began playing with its tentacles. Several other giant squid have been caught in the past winter in several locations off the Japanese coast, causing some to worry that the phenomena could be a sign of an impending devastating earthquake. Experts say such squids usually live around 100 meters below the surface. Living in such dark environments gives them very sensitive feelings to their surroundings. The squids may have felt something dangerous that caused them to flee to shallow waters. This 30 feet long giant squid ended up being made into sashimi. However, people who tried it said it stinks badly and tastes like shit.